everyone. My name is Caitlin Boyer. I am the ASB Executive President, and welcome to Redlands East Valley High School's Class of 2016 Graduation Ceremony. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, then remain standing for the singing of our national anthem by Rev's Barbershop, the Fifth Chord. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States. One nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Hi, I'm Rosie Valencia, Executive Secretary.
And I'm Shane Johnson, Senior Class Vice President. It's a tradition at Redlands East Valley High School to give a special recognition to the students in the top 10 percentile of the junior class.
These students are identified by their averages using only college prep classes. Along with a few other activities, the Honor Court is invited to be part of our graduation ceremony, and they dress formally to add to the ceremonial spirit of our graduation program.
Standing along the aisles and wearing red cords are the members of last year's Honor Court.
As a symbol of passing on the tradition of academic leadership, they will now pass the cords to this year's Honor Court. Just kidding. So now they're going to pass their cords to this year's Honor Court.
Honor Court, you may now be seated.
Good evening. Welcome to the 18th commencement exercise for the graduating seniors at Redlands East Valley High School. Please join me tonight, and if you would hold your applause, we'd appreciate it. Our school board tonight, Ms. Patty Hollahan, president of the board. I think they're going to, there we go. Mr. Richard Holler, vice president of the board. Mrs. Donna West, clerk of the board. Mr. Ron McPeck, member of the board. And Mr. Neil Wayner, member of the board. Additionally, we have from our district office tonight, Superintendent Lori Rhodes, Dr. Sabine Robertson Phillips, assistant superintendent, Mrs. Mickey Inbody, assistant superintendent, and Mr. Bernie Cavanaugh, assistant superintendent. Now welcome them. We also want to welcome the class of 2017 Honor Corps. These are the top students in the junior class and have worked so closely with this year's graduating class. They're a tremendous group of kids, so we're looking forward to working with them again next year. Tonight, we honor and celebrate the many years of hard work to get to graduation. It's important to acknowledge the teachers and school staff who have been a part of your lives for the last 13 years. We also know that none of this happens without the support and love of parents, family, and friends. So give them a little love, too. Every year when we get ready for graduation, some kind of a theme develops. New schools, they talk about the great things they want to be. REV's no longer a new school. A long history and traditions they've developed, but REV's not an old school. REV's unique. We have an identity and we have some history, but we continue to develop the character of who we want to be. So how do we pass on that history to the next class or generation of students? Historically, societies simply told their stories, and they passed down all those traditions through their stories. It's a great system. A great story is never forgotten. Class of 2016, you won't be forgotten because you have a great story to tell. I'd like to give a literary reference because it's graduation. Isaac Denison, she wrote out of Africa and stated, "To be a person is to have a story to tell." So what is the story of the class of 2016? And what makes this class so unique? Stories teach us, they mold us, and they entertain us. I've had the unique opportunity to watch your story. Incredible story. Your story begins with academics. All great schools must first be great in the classroom. After all, academics are what school is all about. First in the class, we're going to recognize our top students in the class. First in the class, Ryan Lau with a GPA of 4.5854. Normally, all I mention is the top student's GPA, but tonight I'm going to mention the second person's GPA as well. George Lindfelt has a GPA of 4.5814. That's pretty cool. That is 4 1/1000ths of a point different between first and second. Rounding out this incredible group of students is Brennan Bartley, Zafir Abu Zamzam, Taryn Batten, Amy Ma, Lydia Bloom, Madeline Chung, Brandon Lau, and Aaron Andreas. It's also my honor tonight to recognize Brennan Bartley as REV's only National Merit Scholar this year, placing him in the top 2% of students graduating in the nation. The Washington Post just released a list of the most academically challenging high schools in America, recognizing only 2,000 high schools. And yes, REV made that list because you made it possible. The California Campaign for Business and Education Excellence recognized REV for academic achievement and closing the achievement gap, and only 1,714 schools, all of the schools in California were recognized. Another part of your story has been the groups and organizations that contribute to making REV a great place. Caitlin Boyer, ASB President. On behalf of all of us, thank you and all of ASB for just a great school year. ASB is always an important part of our high school. You think about all the events that ASB put on that you attended, the proms, the homecomings, Genesis, Summerfest, rallies, Spirit Weeks, noontime music, noontime activities. Well, there's a lot more. I'm not going to name them, though. Rev students represent us well in this community. You're a positive reflection of what we are all about in this community. Riley Plogger and Josh Wilson became the latest PEP commissioners at Rev. It's always a big job. They were simply outstanding. Most spectacular and remarkable was the last rally of the school year. It is the best rally I've attended, and I've attended a lot of them. This rally highlighted everything that was great about Rev's school year. So, a little bit of a story. The best example I have is the production of the musical Grease. Most of you are familiar with it. If you're not familiar with it, if we started playing the music, you would start singing along. We know that for a fact because all the kids here know most of the music. Grease is a musical. It's very complicated to put together a musical. It takes drama, band, choir, all kinds of people behind the scenes to collaborate to produce the first musical at Rev in the last 7 years. Musicals are difficult. It takes a lot of people to put them together. It was a great play. We went to the last rally, and at the last rally, they used Grease as the theme. I have to admit, I was a little surprised because most of our rallies are all about athletics and some of those kind of things. Best rally I've ever seen. Kids were dancing. Kids were singing. There were 2,000 people in our gym, and it was absolutely one of the best hours we've ever had at Rev. It just worked. So Josh and Riley, thank you. Seniors, it's part of your story because this is what you do. You work well together. This group has worked very well together. That's what you do. Moving on, Rev's mock trial finished first in the county this year. It's the 6th time they've finished first in the last 12 years. Mr. Berman, who has been the person behind California at the state competition, is the Adult Advocate of the Year. The class of 2016, you use social media to highlight the positives about this school. It is social media at its best. Even better, the ethic brought mainstream media into the 21st century for Redlands East Valley High School. Thank you, Miss Aranda and the ethics staff. A tremendous effort this year. I also want to recognize our accomplishments in athletics. Sports are a very important part of the Rev story. Every year, we talk to coaches and we ask them, be competitive. Put out the best team you can. Compete for a CBL title, a Citrus Belt League title. If they do that now, we are very happy. Just competing. This year's CBL champs at Rev. Girls volleyball. Football. Boys basketball. Boys soccer. Girls soccer. Girls swimming. And baseball. But it's better than that. We had CIF champions this year. For the first time in our history, boys water polo won a CIF championship. I know there are high schools that would just absolutely sit there and go, man, we did it. But Rev has more. Boys soccer won a CIF championship in the winter season. Two CIF championships at the same school in the same year is an amazing accomplishment. And I would be very remiss today if I did not mention that baseball played in the CIF finals last Saturday, missing a championship by 1 run. Heartbreaker. I want to recognize some individual winners tonight. Vashti Knight in volleyball. Natalie Rule, all-time girls basketball scoring champ. And Jack Moyles in swimming were recognized as Redlands Athletes of the Season for their season of sport. Jonathan Garcia and Danica Bowman recognized as Ken Zant and Danica Bowman were Citrus Belt Area Athletic Director Association Athletes of the Year. Great kids, great achievements, great stories. In a few moments, you'll hear from our student speakers. They will give advice, inspiration, and hope. Mrs. Laura Diaz will deliver the charge to the class, sending you out of high school and onto far greater things. So there you have it. It's not your story, but there's a lot of elements of a good story here. In fact, of a great story. There are so many things to be proud of this school, and I only mentioned just a few of them. You leave here tonight as REV graduates, and you know what you have done to contribute to making this a great school. You went to everything, you supported each other's successes, and you helped each other through the good and the bad. If you made a difference for just one person, you're part of the story. You see, this is your story. And REV, hang on, I do this every year. I hate myself for this. And REV is a part of you. They say you aren't your story, but your story is yours. The story defines you, and each chapter you experience creates a better and more interesting you. The story will keep you part of the fabric of REV. So keep writing your story. It's interesting and it's a good one. All of us at REV are better for knowing you. Please accept my congratulations on graduating and my thanks and appreciation for making REV a better place.
Good evening, students, faculty, and family members. My name is Bianca Pengalila, and I am the ASB Hospitality Commissioner. Can I just take a moment to say, wow, it feels so surreal to finally be up here today. After dreaming of graduation for the past 4 years, the moment has finally arrived. It is time to graduate and celebrate our accomplishments, but it is also time to say some of our hardest goodbyes. Today, I have the pleasure of introducing the poem reader who will be reading the poem titled, This young lady has been involved in ASB for the past 4 years. She currently serves as the ASB Executive Vice President. Not only has she been involved in ASB, she is also involved in CSF, Honor Court, and is a 4-year member of the varsity song team. Please join me in welcoming Bella Hanlon to the stage.
The hardest part of any friendship is when it's time to say goodbye. As much as we might like things to stay the same, change is an inevitable part of life. The universe may seem huge, and the rift between friends on opposite sides of the world may seem a great distance. But there are many tools available with which we can communicate. Even without these tools, there is a secret that only real friends know, and it is this. All the mountains and the valleys in the world cannot separate friends whose hearts are as one. Thank you.
Hello, graduates, family, and friends. My name is Riley Plogger.
And my name's Josh Wilson, and we're your 2016 PEP Commissioners. And it's our honor to introduce an amazing speaker.
This guy exemplifies dedication, character, and leadership.
He's a perfect example of what a REV student strives to be.
He has participated in varsity boys volleyball, boys water polo, and choir for the last 4 years.
Please give a warm welcome to Brian Go.
So my parents actually have no idea I'm doing this, so this may be a surprise to them. It's not a typo in the program. I'm actually up here, Mom and Dad. Welcome, cherished family, friends, esteemed faculty, and Mr. Maloney. And congratulations to the Redlands East Valley class of 2016. What an incredible honor it is to be here. For all of you listening to me deliver this speech. I'm just kidding. It's an honor to be up here representing the class of 2016. Before I continue, there are a select group of wonderful people who deserve a much-needed thanks. Oftentimes, graduation focuses so much on the graduates, we forget who made this all possible. So will all the parents please stand up as we applaud you for the sacrifices you all have made in making this journey possible. And sincerely, I know I speak for the whole class of 2016 when I say we thank you from the bottom of our hearts for all you've done. To begin, I would like to apologize in advance for the length of this speech, as well as an extreme use of excessive puns. So viewer discretion advised. To start, the title of my speech is I've Got No Strings. Now, this may seem like an irrelevant piece of information, but just remember it, as it is important, and I promise to explain it later. Some of you I may know, others I regret to say I did not know as well. Some of you I know far too much about. Asking questions such as, is it okay to rewear my underwear, should never be an acceptable inquiry, even among the closest of friends. It has definitely been a long, monotonous, difficult 4 years, and has been quite the journey, but none of us would trade these experiences for the world. The years of high school are a period of trials in which you are tested in every aspect. Physically, staying up trying to study for a test, or finishing homework that you may or may not have procrastinated on. Mentally, pushing yourself to the limit and expanding your base of knowledge. To going through the emotional turmoil, finding out that Kobe was retiring, or that this was the last season of American Idol. To the emotional rejoice of finding out that a Friends reunion and Fuller House were on the way. And the movie we have all been waiting half our lives coming out. In reality, though, there's a bigger picture to take away from today. These past 4 years spent at Redlands East Valley High School are memories we will carry with us forever. The education we received built a strong base that we can now add knowledge to. We were not told to think, we were taught how to think, and that is what will set our generation apart from all others. Most importantly, however, is if we are going to be the generation that makes a change, we have to be true to ourselves. That, graduates, is my message to you. If you remember nothing else, remember this. Be true to who you are. I remember when I watched Batman for the very first time. And when the movie finished, I turned to my mom and I said, Mom, when I grow up, I want to be Batman. I will never forget the words that followed. She said, shut up, Brian, you graduate tomorrow. I want to share a quote with all of you from a wise man named Dr. Seuss. Today you are you, that is truer than true. There was no one alive who was youer than you. Now, some of you may still not understand how this applies to high school, so allow me to explain. Freshman year can be best explained through the movie Aladdin. In 8th grade, you were top dog till you entered freshman year. Bottom of the food chain, a peasant begging for acceptance from upperclassmen. You finally understood what Freddie Mercury meant when he said, I'm just a poor boy, nobody loves me. All your friends and family were so excited that you were entering this whole new world, but all you wanted to do was get as far away from there as possible. You worked so hard for your grades and to impress all the teachers like they were your Princess Jasmine. You wished you had a genie that could grant your wish of finally being a sophomore. And in the blink of an eye, summer came and summer went. You were now a sophomore. Now that you were deep in the jungle of high school, you started to get the hang of things. You learned from some relaxed upperclassmen bears that you didn't have to make everything perfect. You could, just get away with doing the simple bare necessities. Then on comes junior year. Finally, you're an upperclassman. You feel like you've spent your whole life in school. You just want to escape this dreadful castle. You cry out, oh, when will my life begin? You realize you were so close to senior year and college that you can finally see the light. Everything is slowly coming together, and then senior year arrives. Pride Rock is finally yours. The sun shines upon your kingdom, and all the underclassmen bow to you. You avoid the shadowy place as much as possible, also known as the classroom, for it is not part of your kingdom. Be king. And finally, it's all yours now. The feeling of achievement and accomplishment. Now reflecting back, what did you really learn all through high school? Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase. Hakuna Matata, ain't no passing craze. This simple phrase essentially means no worries for the rest of your days. And as difficult as that sounds, it is a concept so simple. To have no worries for the rest of your days is to just be yourself, no matter how people judge you. To find, accept, believe, and love yourself for whom you are. That is the message to carry throughout your lives, self-worth. Just believe in yourself, because whatever the mind can conceive, it can believe. And what it can believe, it can achieve. That, fellow graduates, is how we will inspire the world. Be the generation that loves and the generation that stays true to your heart. Because as street philosopher Taylor Swift once said, just be yourself, there's no one better. Stay true to who you are because you are an invaluable individual and you've got no strings. So there's no reason you can't do whatever you set your mind to. Thank you and congratulations to the class of 2016.
Really quick before I begin, can we just give it up one last time for Brian Gove? Good evening, family, friends, faculty, and graduates. My name is Maria Evans, and I'm the Clubs and Multicultural Commissioner here at REV. And it's my honor to introduce to you a very talented young woman. She has been in choir for the past 4 years. She played a lead role in this year's school play, Grease. She's participated in all state and regional honor choir. She sang at Normandy Beach for Bastille Day. She's a winner of a district Rotary competition, a 4-time talent show winner, a 2-time winner Best Musicianship Award, and an Ovational Award winner in New York City. So please, give a warm round of applause for my friend, Brianna Astorga, who will be singing... She'll be singing When We Were Young by Adele.
Hi, everyone. My name is Brianna Astorga, and this song is called When We Were Young by Adele. It's one of my favorite songs by her, and I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I do. You guys are the biggest crowd I've ever performed for, so you guys look really nice. Okay, so here we go. Everybody loves the things you do, from the way you talk to the way you move. And everybody here is watching you, 'cause you feel like home. You're like a dream come true. But if by chance you're here alone, can I have a moment before I go? 'Cause I've been by myself all night long, hoping you're someone I used to know. You look like a movie, you sound like a song. My God, this reminds me of when we were young. Let me photograph you in this light, in case it is the last time that we might be exactly like we were before we realized we were sad or getting old and made us restless. It was just like a movie, it was just like a song. I was so scared to face my fears, 'cause nobody told me that you would be here. And I swear you moved overseas, that's what you said when you left me. You still look like a movie, you still sound like a song. My God, this reminds me of when we were young. Let me photograph you in this light, in case it is the last time that we might be exactly like we were before we realized we were sad or getting old and made us restless. It was just like a movie, it was just like a song. When we when everything just takes me back to when you were there, to when you were there. And a part of me keeps holding on in case it hasn't gone. I guess I still care. Do you still care? It was just like a movie. It was just like a song. My God, this reminds me of when we were young. When we were young. When we... Let me photograph you in this light in case it is the last time that we might be exactly like we were before we realized we were sad or getting old and made us restless. Oh, I'm so mad I'm getting old, it makes me reckless. It was just like a movie. It was just like a song when we were young.
No, it's actually not that bad. I actually feel well.
Good evening, REV graduates, faculty, family, and friends. My name is Jane Lee.
And I'm Amy Ma, and it is our pleasure to introduce to you two of our classmates representing the class of 2016. This young lady has been an active member of Redlands East Valley High School, as well as the community of Redlands. She has involved herself in water polo and swim, and has held a position as vice president for Interact Club. She has been involved with humanitarian work in Peru as a missionary, and is also an active member of the Redlands Youth Symphony Orchestra. She wishes to pursue a communicative disorders and deaf education major at Utah State University.
It is also an honor for me to introduce to you a young man who has participated in Key Club for 4 years and served as the district governor for over 40,000 members across California, Nevada, and Hawaii. He holds 4-year memberships with both the National Honor Society and CSF, proving his stellar academic skill sets. However, he is not only equipped with the brains, but also the bronze, having participated in both cross-country and badminton. He plans to continue his endeavors at the University of California, Berkeley this fall, majoring in computer science. Please join us in welcoming to the stage Sadie Carlson and Joshua Nueska.
For the class of 2016.
Wait a minute, Joshua. This piece of paper doesn't say anything.
That's right. Not just because we have to wait until diploma. Yes, we do get bragging rights because we did go to the best high school in town.
And yes, and yes, it means we're associated with some of the best athletes. Shout out to boys soccer and boys water.
And yes, we're arguably the smartest and the most fun campus in all of Redlands. But let's think about the whole picture here.
The whole enchilada.
And I'm talking kukas.
Don't do anything with it. You can literally just print one off the internet and give yourself your own graduation ceremony.
However, what it does do is open you up to a brand new world of new opportunities to go out and reach them. If there's one thing I've learned in my life, in high school, it's to organize my life using bullet point lists. But let me be real here. That's besides the point. So let's start with tip number 1.
Do not let anyone tell you that you are trash. Trash is trash. And you are a human. And skills needed to face the world. Why?
Because you went to REV, silly bean. And if that's not good enough, you were surrounded by some of the brightest and most forward-thinking individuals of our time. Even if you think that you aren't a part of that group, trust me.
We'll all face obstacles in life. And yes, those obstacles will be a little more difficult than climbing the stairs to the media center. Security attempting to hide around every corner. Good work, Gabby.
But hey, if you think about it, these little escapades were just a small taste of what life has to offer you in the future, both the goods and the you're too inexperienced or you're too young, but don't stand on the sidelines and listen to that. Instead, know have what it takes.
You don't have to stand in line and let everyone pass you by because they're older or more experienced. You have the
Okay, so helpful tip number 2. So approach every one of them head on without hesitation, and people will treat you with respect.
that you will have many other choices, or joining Team Black Blue Dress or Team we'll accept you, and you'll probably
Life isn't always as cheery and forgiving, and the choices you make, they'll have consequences. So remember that it is okay to be wrong.
It is okay not to make the right decision the first
That may not be popular with others, but what isn't okay though is dwelling on the Keep fighting for what you believe in, even if people tell you that you are wrong.
done.
Follow quote and continue power.
Of taking us on a wild roller coaster. You won't have time to enjoy it, so seriously, open your eyes. Take risks to achieve what you want, and don't be afraid to put it all.
Cats are pretty risky people, and and look at where it's gotten us now. In any given moment, we have 2 options: step forward into growth or retreat back into safety. So yes. So let's all take a look to the right. There will never be another moment where we are all here together. So take one more look, pat someone on the back, shake someone's hand, and drink it in.
Drink it. This is the moment we've all been waiting for.
We did it, Wildcats!
You did it.
There are no goodbyes tonight because we know for a fact that our paths will class of 2016, and congratulations once again on 4 years of hard work. Go Wildcats!
Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a great night. My name is Emily Logan, and the next speaker will be giving the charge to the graduating class of 2016. She has been teaching at REV for life. Walking into her classroom, you know she is proud of where she works. Her school. She is a true inspiration to all of us. Help me welcome Miss Diaz.
Class of 2016, it's an honor to be here tonight. Many years ago, in fact, tonight, I sat where you're seated with my classmates here in the Redlands Bowl. The 2 most were Thomas Jefferson and George Washington. We all knew they were destined for something really, really cool. And if you believe, I went to school with Jefferson and diplomas tonight. It was a very different. The technology we're now accustomed to was inconceivable to us back then. Cell phones were many years away, and when they were, a box of Cheerios. We had no Twitter or Instagram or Snapchat or social media of any kind. If we wanted to call a friend, the nearest phone from here was in a booth at the old Redlands Mall. If we wanted to share a picture, we had to wait. And if we wanted to enjoy a day's worth of music, we had to lug around a crate of vinyl records. Texting and selfies and streaming and uploading and downloading were words that didn't exist in our vocabulary. Singular meanings. To us, Amazon was just the name of a river that ran sideways in South America. Blue, a blueberry Slurpee from 7-Eleven. Apple was just a piece of fruit. Was a creepy person we didn't want looking through our windows at night. No Starbucks, no Augies, no Kukas, not even frozen yogurt. If we ordered coffee, we had one option and one size. We wore bell-bottom pants with legs so long and so flared they covered our feet. So we weren't even wearing shoes. On my graduation night, I was captivated by the distinguished faculty member who gave the charge to my graduating. That individual was so forgettable, I don't have the vaguest recollection of who that person might have been. All I could think about that night was the minute we would all board the buses for our trip to grad night. Well, I assumed grad night was the reason our senior class had gathered here in the first place. That mystery person who gave the charge to the perilous future ahead, or maybe reprimanded us for our lackluster past. I have no memory of what was said or by whom. 4 decades I remember that I stood here tonight either. And I'm okay with that because tonight belongs to you, the class of 2016. My career will be coming to a close in a few years, while I suppose we're at opposite ends of a time continuum. But what if I could go back in time and be of today's share with my 17-year-old self? What have I learned in all the years since my high school graduation here at the Redlands Bowl? If my generation had encapsulated one profound piece of wisdom that summed up everything you need to know to guide you through your lives, I would share with you into your future. But life isn't that simple. However, there are 5 thoughts of my own that I would like to share with you. Carefully weigh your options with each decision you consider. For every action, there's a reaction. Life has no rewind button. Khayyam has told us that the moving finger writes, then moves on. And regret won't cancel half a line of it, nor will our tears wash out a word of it. Your future with caution and proceed with care. Secondly, ignore the naysayers. Use careful thought in your decision. Practical, but also support your sense of adventure and curiosity for the unexplored. The advances we know today came from those who took account outside the lines and journeyed beyond the boundaries. There will be cynics who may question or doubt your plans and your direction, but Abraham Lincoln said it best. Thirdly, be resilient. No doubt there will be challenges ahead. Highs and lows, no one travels through life unscathed. Your resolve will certainly be tested. But it's during times of adversity that you learn it's possible to float on quicksand until you get to firmer ground. You'll discover that you're stronger and more capable. 4, success comes in many forms. Money is but one measure. If you live a life of integrity, if there is fulfillment and gratification to, if there is love from the people you value and respect, if you give more than you take, then you have achieved success. So build your own future, your own life. And which leads me to my final thought, and of this I am certain, that despite all the complexities of life and all the dynamics that surround you and all the remarkable years will fall into place just as they should. There is a great destination awaiting you. Class of 2016, you are truly an You are equipped with great intelligence and fueled by phenomenal talent. You are deeply inquisitive and fiercely determined. You are ethical, made us proud in numerous ways. It has been my privilege to know you and work with you this year. Even those of you who were tardy to class because your priority was a hot at 180 degrees with 5 shots of ristretto, an extra shot of vanilla, and extra cinnamon dolce sprinkles. Decades from now, witnessed since this time in your life, you'll be directing my generation into a world of unimaginable progress. We will look to you for your guidance and your leadership. We are once again dumbfounded by our computer problems, and I am so very confident and deeply trusting that our future is safe and secure in your. I love you. Congratulations, class of 2016.
Of your hand, we started the song, and the journey began to last lifelong. Here we go, bringing all our memories of our friends. Here we go. To be our best from within. We started out slow, beating within, our hearts kept time. We weathered the storm. Never gave in when we fell. As we learned to be our best from within.
Mrs. Holohan, podium. Mrs. Holohan, members of the Board of Education, Superintendent Rhodes, it is my pleasure to inform you that the members of the class here tonight have fulfilled the requirements of the state and local boards of education to present to you for graduation 2016.
On behalf of the Board of Trustees of the Redlands Unified School District, the graduating class of 2016 from Redlands East. Congratulations, graduates.
Check, check.
Let's go. Let's go.
Do it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
We're going to get going in just a minute. We got a couple little glitches going on that we are totally in charge of. It'll just take a second or two for us to get going.
One what? One what?
Let's get to the point.
Ella Chang.
Montel.
Raymond Kyle Munson. Ariana Lopez.
James Moore. Jennifer Aranguez Gallo.
Aceres.
Maggie.
Daryl Swarsana.
William Christopher.
Garcia Jr.
Amanda Ann.
Mendoza.
Jacqueline Shea.
Margaret Blum.
Obadiah.
Adeline Hallen.
Aaron Williams.
Aaron Emiko Batten.
Zafir Abu Zamzam.
Madeline.
Brandon Lowe.
Gates.
Evan Michael Gabuya.
Samaje Knight.
Brianna.
Natalie Marie Rule.
Jacob Elijah.
Elizabeth Colbert.
Foster.
Des.
Ashley
Allen Moyles III.
Zane Finch Lomibao.
Ronnie Roki Rivera.
Ryan Shang Lau.
Jonathan
Brennan David Bartley. Ethan Knox.
Christopher.
John Rippey.
CJ North.
Alex Apia Kua Anna Andreessen.
Ash.
Ayush Patel.
Jaquan J. Session.
Yvonne.
Jonathan Clement Hilfer.
Jacob Garrett.
Brian Neiman.
George Wyatt Linfield.
Esker.
Adrian Ernesto Vallejo.
Jose Leon Guerrero Curtis.
Rebecca Ann Strong.
Angelo Sanchez.
Patrick Luis Kirsch.
Joseph Harmon.
Gabrielle Stephen Zamora.
Taleb. Brianne Wilson.
Omar Mujanovic.
Crystal Holiness.
B.
Sandoval.
Zachary T.
Melissa Diane Valencia.
Trent
Dombrowski.
Rebecca Irene
Annalyn.
Dominique Christine Hurt.
Marie Liptak.
Ricardo Gutierrez Jr.
Devin.
Alexis Rios.
Haneen Zayad Alphagear.
Israel Hernandez.
Madison Haley Vickers.
Toronto.
Kirian Elise Wickersham.
Carly J. Francis Burke.
Megan Cantwell.
Nolan Oliver.
Riley Plogger.
Jaylene Ledesma.
Stewart.
Orlin.
Wyatt Robert Ellick. Fisher.
Emily Danielle Hayes.
Blake Arthur.
Kate Amanda.
James Ballou.
Beatrice Deladone.
Oh.
Brianna Arzawarka.
Noah Ryan Campbell. Dustin Drake.
Jessica Simo.
Joseph Johnson.
Danielle Cross.
Samantha Leanne Schaub.
Griffin Riley Keys.
Byron Rivera.
Christian T. Engelsman.
Elizabeth Eve Alcarez.
Deborah.
Evan Patrick Garcia.
Annalisa Nicole Delgado.
Carolina Serpa.
Brianna D. Galarza. Madeline N. Johnson.
Haley Grace Burnell.
Melanie Bermudez.
Kelly Adriana Dowell.
Jasmine.
Brett Aaron Vansant.
Cindy.
Tanner Topoleski. Justin Patrick Henry.
Isaac Ray.
Paul Matthew Rojas.
John.
Jose Serrano.
Ian R.
Fermento Baruman.
Claremy McCurry.
Maciel.
Austin Riley King Moore.
Rangel.
Vanessa Rosalie Mendiola.
Janice.
Carlos Ray Overa.
Chris Villegas II.
Kyle Michael Vinton Cornwell.
Jade Marie Marshall.
Saunders.
Kimberly D. Negretti. Jory Nicole Angelo.
Madison May Malone. Richard Joseph Lopez.
Emily Paige Esther Toller.
Rulis.
Maddie Anthony.
Savannah Bailey Bibbs.
Daniel Douglas Losi.
Tamarin Nicole Williams.
Fellow.
Maya Chavez.
Tristan.
Jewel Alyssa Gomez.
Rachel Ann Kemlin.
Johnson Gonzalez.
Andres Santiago Downey.
Darlene Rose Armendariz.
Nelson.
Xenia V. Pineda. Lauren Elizabeth Whitehouse.
Jesse Shane McGrew. Jared William Nelson.
Emily Ann Rodriguez.
Mark.
Jasmine Lattonville.
David R. Riddle Jr.
Megan
Jake R. Richardson.
Summer Caitlin Burton Santana.
Ryan
Marco Antonio Tejeda Rodriguez.
Kyle A.
Joshua Precy.
Bomsu Kim Mitchell.
Button.
Daniel Rao San.
Edgar M.
Eliseo Martinez.
Flavio Damian Sanchez.
Tom Vu. Dylan Awaz, Joshua Indera.
Nazario Tafola.
Joseph Ben Rosas.
Kevin Isaac Lopez. Michael Prill Jr.
Marcus Strong.
Mendez.
Karen Sumner.
Jonathan Langley.
Shanna Nicole Wellman Anaya.
Jesus A. Solario.
Nicholas Anthony Lucero.
Anthony Michael Cordero.
Dipali Patel.
James So.
Sandra Elaine McCullum.
Jonathan A. Forrester. Dominic Richard Cazares.
Sean Lynch.
Jr.
Jesus Leonel Lopez.
Dean.
Brian Lopez.
Donna.
Ernie Limos.
Jr.
Jeremiah.
Gabriela Guadalupe Godoy Cano.
Anna Maria Camacho.
Leobardo V.
Aprilia Tiara Bintani. Perla Crystal Heredia.
Gita.
Malias Lake Andrews.
Quentin.
Cassandra Lee Bolware.
Andrew.
Eric M. Dominguez.
Paul McLean.
Adrian Diaz.
Isaiah.
Joshua Dustin Chavira.
Derek Char.
Miguel Felix Wu.
Caprice James McLean.
Daniel Justin. Calvin A. Glisson.
Heredia.
Luis Arturo Ibanez.
Andre Eric Guzman Jr.
Isaiah T. Vieira.
Matthew E. Hansen.
Eddie Machado.
Alaya Fuyamano.
Justice De La Cruz.
Roxana Esther Luciano.
Amy Ma.
Elizabeth Martinez.
Jane Lee.
Lenetiana Anastasia Keith.
Jacqueline Bianca Pangalila.
Marie Ochoa.
Sadie Olivia Carlson.
Norman.
Joshua Allen Corpuz Nuesca. Rosemary Esperanza Valencia.
George.
Maria Elizabeth Evans.
Alvarez.
Brian Wee Ming Go.
Seska Astorga.
Isabella Hanlon.
Vargas.
Emily Katiri Carriere.
Shane Alexander Marcus Johnson.
Desmond Roberts. Isaac.
Devin McLean Wright.
Martin.
Nicholas Giovanni Pagan.
Najee Culberson.
Jordan A. Gelfin.
Micaiah.
Emily Renee Logan.
Lucas Risco Pekin.
Leo.
Stephen M. Bodine.
Kayla Celeste Barone.
Wade Charles Elsa.
Ramey Ray Boyer.
Williams.
Samantha Peterson.
Emma.
Chantel Nicole Simcoe.
Jordan Ryan Mock. Paige Ryan West Coast.
Sabrina Nicole Watkins. Ethan James Mullen. Mahima Parimi.
Sarah Trammell.
Brittany Ann Wilkins.
Morales.
Emily Rose Peterson.
Sandra Euphemia Ramos.
Lionel Garcia.
Ann Huff.
Cameron Christine Cabrales.
Martin.
Rebecca Geith. Ricky Silva.
Ava Levering Sherman.
Vega.
Molly Catherine Flynn.
Timothy A. Sanchez.
Becca Lynn Lombard.
Kimberly Lupian.
Emma
Cynthia Marie Montez.
Monica.
Michelle Munira Haddad.
Ricardo Rodriguez.
Delilah Elisa Jamie Salisbury.
Leslie Laura Garcia.
Olivia Kofer.
Rovan L. Dion.
Natalie Shink.
Jeanette Zarate.
Brooke Hallie Giebler.
Angelina Monique Lara.
Joshua Ryan Heaton.
James Kelly.
Cameron Elise Christensen.
Brandy Dennis Howe.
Kevin Nathaniel Rogers.
Abs.
Tyler Shane Johnson.
Yes. Jonathan Walker Graham.
James Ramirez.
Adam Elwan.
Priscilla.
Quentin Robert Brasino.
Arthur Austin.
Brooke R. Kolasvari.
August Denton.
Brown.
Emily Sade.
Lindsay Marie McDonald.
Jack Vincent.
Stephen Schofield.
Jacqueline R. Ramos.
Alexander Schlotman.
Alex Sandoval.
Braden Noah.
Catherine Marie Snavely.
Tiffany Jasmine Leilani Eganthron.
Lucas.
And Nicole Wilson Chavez.
Thomas John Ditzel.
Olivia Lay Elizabeth Wilhide James.
James Wilson.
Diana.
Tyra Tumema Faimala.
Brooke Horak.
Alexander Julio Silva. Kyle Acevedo.
Ashley
Barrich.
Ariana Ray.
Ward Mudge.
Ariana
Alexander Ryan Lopaka Morgan.
Vanessa.
Victor Cisneros.
Eileen Carvajal. Monica Mikhail. Chris Pineda.
Daniel H. Brooks III.
Sebastian.
Bailey Scott Kaysen.
Mason Knight.
Shane Coughing.
Jonathan Garcia.
Guevara.
Cassandra Rodriguez.
Philip Anthony Acevedo.
Danica Joan Bowman.
Arnold.
Soraya Ramos.
Bradley
Joseph Jocko.
Angel Romo.
Briar.
Jesus Delgado.
David Apelu Seumala.
Barajas.
Gabuya.
Alina Aramillo.
Roberts.
Leilani San Pedro.
Rebecca Lauren Cummins.
Knox.
Victory Rose Barber.
Nazares.
Alyssa Danielle Serrato.
Alexandria.
Jocelyn Corinne Hayes Perez.
Ever Moody.
Nathan Cerna.
Junior.
Joshua Johnson.
Gabriel.
Deja Janae Perkins.
Colin M. Steffen.
Nicholas.
Benjamin Joseph Besoko.
David Lawrence Ramirez.
Daniel Cobian Freeman.
Priscilla Marie Ramirez. Trisha Victoria Brooke.
Kaylin D. Jones. Matthew James Pfister.
Jewel Nicole Albers.
Idor.
Marissa Torres Frontino. Christian Valenzuela Escobar.
Ola Costa.
Haley Mayer.
Alana Renee Argon.
Josephine and Destiny Graham.
Christian James Costin.
Alyssa Bellinger.
Ryan.
Destiny Adela K. Reed.
Oscar Rodriguez Stevenson.
Martha
Michael Elkins.
Robinson.
Braulio Angel.
P. Scoggins.
Dominic.
Katie M. Jarvis. Charles R. Windham III.
Farrington.
Austin M. Smith. Declan Johnson. Devin Robert Augie Jensen.
Andrew Sandoval.
Elijah Preston Little. Aaron Joseph Columbell. Benny Ray San. Jamel Clarissa Perez Garcia.
Hello, my name is Emily Carriere, and I'm the senior class president. Graduates, your talents and dedication, may it lead to many more, and may you never forget your roots at Redlands East Valley High School 2016. The turning of the tassel represents an individual's movement from Canada. I ask the class of 2016 to please rise. And now join me in turning. Congratulations.
Scott Starr, play some music.
Waiting for, and my time was running wild, a million days. And I thought I got it made, it seemed the taste was not so sweet. So I turned myself to face me. How the others must see the faker. I'm much too fast. Changes. Turn and face the strange. Don't wanna be a richer man. Changes. Changes. It's gonna have to be a different me, but I can't trace time. Watch the ripples change the leave the stream of warm and permanent sand, so the days float through my eyes seem the same, and these children that you spit on and their worlds are immune to your. They're quite aware of what they're going through. Changes. Changes. Don't tell them to grow up out of it. Changes. Where's your shame you've left us up to our next event? Time may change me, but you can't. Strange fascination, fascinating. Our changes are taking the best. Changes. Turn and face the strange. Changes. Changes. Pretty soon now you're gonna get change me, but I can't. I may change me, but I can't trace time.
When I counted up, saw there was one. With the good ones on my shoulder, I drove the other ones away. So if you ever feel if you think that all I'll be demons, yeah, hoping everything's not lost. that it was over. All around, everybody's out. Don't you let it drag you down. 'Cause if you ever feel neglected, if you lost, I'll be counting. Yeah, hoping everything's not lost. If you ever feel neglected, it's lost, I'll be counting up my demons, yeah, hoping everything's not lost, singing out, oh yeah, everything's not lost, so come on, yeah, yeah, come on, yeah, everything's not. Everything's not lost. Come on, yeah. Oh, yeah. Everything's not lost. Everything's not lost. Oh, yeah. Sing. Everything's not lost. Now I never meant. That's what I came.
trouble melts like lemon drops high above the chimney top. That's where you find somewhere over the rainbow fly. And that you did too. Oh why can't I? Oh, someday I wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind. Be where trouble melts like a lemon drops high above where you find me, oh, somewhere way